plural nouns by showing the picture and asking student one by one, by asking the student one by one.
Yes. So how do we say that step here with a detained term?
Yes.
This is not warm up,
for the
right?
detained term, I guess not warm up. I guess this is like presentation.
Yes, presentation stage. So the name of the stage is presentation. So stage is presentation. What about procedure? You have already talked about that. Firstly, she showed the pictures and asked one after another. And then she even asked the students one by one. So why did she do that stage?
Because I guess she want to be familiar with the plural noun. And she start introducing. And then she do like this to get exposure with the plural noun.
Yes. Okay, so she wants the students to get familiar with the target language. So that's what she's explanation for it. That is the stage aim for that one. What is your third step? The third step is?
After introducing, after presentation, the third step is like she asks about the plural. What do you remember about the plural? No. I mean, like, which plural now you remember?
Yeah, which plural
you remember? Which
you remember?
Oh, yes.
Which plural
so this is
remember from previous steps?
Yes. So this is like concept checking.
Okay, the stage is concept checking. Stage 3 is concept.
Yes.
So why did she do it? Stage aim.
Because she want to check whether a student understand how the lesson or not. She want to check.
And also there is another purpose as well. In her presentation stage, did she give any rules for making plural form? Did she give?
No. She didn't give.
Right. She didn't give
any rules. That's why. Yeah. Yes. To get the rule. For this. For the whole lesson. Because she just mentioned step by step and didn't give any rule. That's why. So to get the rule.
Yeah. How do we say get the rules from example in detained term? Yes. Deductive, or another one is deducing meaning.
Deductive. Deducing meaning from context.
Or another one is working out the rules. You can say like this.
Working out the rule.
So that is hard.
Yes.
How do you say stage aim for stage number 3?
Stage aim for this one.
After asking and after checking the previous knowledge, what did she do next?
And then she had writing 3 exercises, one by one, step by step. The first one is yes. The first one is she give us. The first one is she give us some singular nouns, and she make us to change the singular noun into the plural noun. So this is one exercise about checking whether we understand the lesson or not. And then second exercise is we have to make the correct order.
Yes,
we have to write the sentence write the words in the correct order, plural noun in the correct order, and then the last she show us the picture, and then we have to answer. We have to tell the thing according to the number, 3 tomatoes or 5 pears or like that.
Yes.
So that all the exercises, I guess only one stage 8 for this one. So to understand, to apply the plural noun.
To apply the
and then to improve the critical thinking, like that. For the last exercise. Yes. To improve their critical thinking.
Yeah, there are 2 lesson aim, 2 stage aims, right? The first one is
yes.
To check they can really change from singular noun to plural noun.
Yes. And then for the last exercise is like to improve their critical thinking, or to apply lessons in the real life, like that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, teacher.
So she did like how to say, according to her procedure, you can identify into so many portions. The first one is stage. So stage is teaching time, right? Which stage are you going to do? Leading stage or warm-up stage or presentation stage or practice stage or production stage? Like those things, teaching stages. That is a step one. And then after stage finish, we need to know about the procedure. How will she teach the whole lesson step by step? That is, we got procedure. And then every time we do something, we should have a purpose of doing it. That is, we go stage aim. Why should we do leading activity? Why should we do presentation stage? Why should we do those exercises? That is, we go stage aim. And then lesson aim, we have already known about that. The whole lesson, at the end of your lesson, what will the students achieve at the end? That is, we go lesson aim. Okay, so now let's talk about another point. Another point is type of learners. So what type of learners can we find in her teaching demonstration? Teacher Dương La.
Yes, teacher. Okay. I think visual,
Why do you think so?
because of the teacher showed the picture. Teacher showed the picture. So we have to answer by looking at the teacher picture. And then auditory. We have to listen to teachers. Okay, and then like I'm not quite sure about that. Is this the reflective I think we both use like a reflective and emphatic.
Not reflective actually, because instead of saying reflective, we could say analytical exercise. Analytic.
Yeah.
We need to analyze, right? If it is for only one, no S. If it is more than one, we have to use S. Why? For in front of the consonant, what do we put? Not in front of the consonant, what do we put? That is like we need to analyze the rules in detail.
Oh yeah. Yes, teacher. And like autonomics, we have to do by ourselves. Autonomics and independent.
Okay. And
yes,
then?
teacher. And then experimental, because we have to answer by using our previous knowledge, teacher.
Yes, experimental.
Yeah, experimental. Like yes, teacher.
And then
that's
there is one more type here. So when you do those exercises, do you have to work in groups or work in pairs or work individually?
Individual, like individual teacher. No interpersonal. We have to do by ourselves.
So how do we say individual type in another way?
It's autonomous. No.
No. Autonomous is you want to depend on yourself. Sometimes even in group work, you can be a leader because you want to depend on yourself and you want to lead the other people. Individual type can be said another way.
Individual.
How do we say it?
Interpersonal.
No, interpersonal is they really want to work in groups or work in pairs. It is the opposite to
intrapersonal.
Yeah. Intrapersonal type. So different types of characters can be found in her teaching demonstration. And then I think some of you have already done the research for Unit 30. Now let's start with, okay, Teacher Emo. Which rule have you found in her teaching? You can talk about only 2 rules, teacher. It's okay. Only 2.
So like a planner, because she has to prepare before the class in advance. And even though she didn't mention some anticipated problem, but some is like a Y is a EY and Y like this. So she is a planner rule. So like a diagram, I don't know exactly diagram. This one. Yeah, this one, because the student will have some difficulty. She already prepared that.
Yes. So mainly you talk about 2 rules, right? Planner. Of course, she performed the planner rule properly because since before she teach, she tries to prepare every PowerPoint slides in detail. And also when she moves from one activity after another, we don't have to wait too long. She go continuously. It means she is very good at planning and she takes the role of a planner effectively. So planner. So she planned everything. As a planner, we can prepare the, learning materials. We can plan the seating arrangement, especially for physical class. And then if it is for online class, we can open the PowerPoint slides or maybe the online tools ahead before we begin our lesson. If not, some teachers do like this. Okay, now I will start sharing the screen. they start sharing the screen, but they haven't opened the file yet. And we could see their desktop. Some of the teachers, they even put like K-pop singers pictures, and then sometimes twice picture. So not to become like this, we need to plan everything ahead, open every file ahead, so that it can make the students feel really comfortable, and it can be comfortable for us as well. Plan a role. And then sometimes, in physical class, if we are going to use flashcards and also maybe students' book, workbook, wall chart, and then Realier, if you're going to use those things, you need to take before the class begins into your class. If not, you need to go in, go out, go in, go out repeatedly, and it cannot make us to be a, to be an efficient teacher or effective teacher. That is the rule of the planner. And then next one is diagnostician. Of course, she knows the common areas of students, and she planned the exercises ahead. And then she knows the needs and the interests of the students, and relating that point, she tries to plan it. For the picture also, right? For the students who are around 5, 6, 7 years old, they love such kind of baby boss picture or things like that. She planned everything ahead, and she asked some questions to the students back. That is also a kind of diagnostician role. We need to figure out the common mistakes of students, common interests of students. So these two roles she has, but there are some other roles left. So what about teacher Miyasumo? Could you also talk about 2 other roles she has performed in her class?
Yes, teacher, she starts a monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why do you
and monitor because she is checking the learners, and she provides us whether we get the lesson or not, and she provides how to change singular from plural. She tells us very clearly. So it's a role of the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
and a monitor, and I think it's a she's an assessor. Yes, she explained it very well by using informal assessor. I think so. Assessor, yeah.
Of course, she monitored the students' progress by asking them one by one. And then as well, when she gave the exercises, she tries to clarify, why do you use this one as a singular form? Why do you use this one as a plural form? She tries to check the students' knowledge back, relating what they have done so far. So, monitor or observer, and also another one is assessor. Okay, thank you so much, teacher. Now let's try to have a look at back my previous notes. So for teacher Victoria, in your micro teaching section, you could use clear instructions, very clear instructions. She said the things in word by word, and she hardly ever used grammar terms to the students. So it's a very good point. Let me check your knowledge back, all the teachers. If we are able to communicate the students according to their level, for example, a KG student, at the time we try to talk to them like the KG way. If they are old enough, we try to talk to them like the older people. How do we say that one in teaching? Does anybody know that? Teaching time. Able to use the clear instructions. For example, in Myanmar version also, right? If we say to the very young learner like, the kid cannot understand because the word is too high for them. Instead of saying like this, so like this way, she has that ability. So how do we say that one? Able to use clear instruction, clear choice of word.
Register.
I think teacher has the reporting.
Register.
No, register. Register is formal. It's formal. Simplify. Yes, this is we call simplify. I will type in Zoom chat only. Simplifying the speech. She is able to simplify her speech, or another one is she is able to grade her language properly. So she can talk the language according to the student's level, simplify the speech or grade language. So this is one of her best abilities in her teaching. And then another one is at the beginning of her teaching period, she show you one picture after another, right? After she has shown you the picture, she asks it, okay, what is it? How many things? How many pencils? Only one or more than one? So how do we say that? Show picture and ask something. In teaching time, how do we say it? Does anybody know it? We show picture and ask the information from it. Can you make a guess? It starts with letter E.
Exemplification.
Not evaluating, not exemplification. We show the picture and ask, okay, what is it? What do you see in the picture? It starts with letter E. Letter E.
Examiner.
No. We are not assessing the student. We are just asking to get some information from student.
Is that illicit?
Yes, eliciting, of course, eliciting. We try to get the information from students, eliciting. And then another one is, when she asks the students, did she ask the class as a whole, or did she ask one by one?
One by one. One by one.
So how do we say it in English, in teaching? Asking the students one by one.
Nominating.
Nominating, yes, nominating. Nominating. For example, okay, how do you think of it? Tell me your idea. Nominate. I nominate your name. I call out one by one. In physical class, instead of calling out the name, we can have the eye signal. Look at that person and, hey, come on, come on. At that time, that person will know it immediately. But in online class, we cannot do it. Or sometimes we can point, right? Okay, you, come on. At that time, that person needs to say something. But in online class, we just need to call out their name. This is we call nominating. Another one is, she asks such kind of question, right? Do you like apple? Which watch do you like? Are they related to the lesson directly?
No.
So why did she ask such kind of questions to the students?
To be report.
Report.
Build a report.
To build rapport with the students. That's why she asks such kind of questions. How do we say such kind of questions in teaching? Do you like apple?
Personal.
Personal? Personalized questions.
Personalized question.
Yes, personalized questions. You need to talk about your own idea based on the questions. Actually, she doesn't need to do like this, right? She can teach one after another. But if we do like this, the lesson will be quite boring. So for her, she tries to include by asking some personalized questions. So it's a very good point. But I want to say one thing, Teacher Victoria, for those students who are above 5 years old, please avoid saying baby or kid, because it can make them, how to say, feel psychologically they will feel very safe. If they feel very safe, they will start depending on you every matter. So at that time, we cannot build student-centered approach normally. Instead of calling out the students like that, you can call out their name or, okay, everyone, let's have a look at it. Hello, my students. Hello, my dears. It's fine. Baby or kids, it can make them feel very safe psychologically. So we should avoid that one. And then another one is she showed the picture to you. After she has shown the picture, she asks you the spelling of it, right? Okay, everyone, how do we spell that one? She asks that one. How do you think? That one is focused on meaning or focused on form according to unit 10, 11, 12 point of view? Focus on meaning or focus on form? Show the picture and ask the spelling of it.
Focus on form.
Yeah, focus on form, not meaning. Spelling, we ask the, okay, everyone look at the picture. How do we spell it? So that is like focus on form. Form means spelling and also grammar or maybe about pronunciation. So form, we want something exactly from the students. Focus on form activity. And then another one is, we have already talked about that, right? When do we add ES from the previous lesson? So that is like walking out the rule or using meaning from context. And then next one also, she showed that picture of baby boss. And then she said, does it look like your teacher? So why did she ask that kind of question to the student? Does it look like your teacher? Yeah, builds rapport. You build rapport with the student. The students will look at you and they will also feel a little bit happy. And then another one is, I think you might remember this word, silent period. Silent period. So teacher Victoria, that is also one of my suggestions. In your teaching, I have found like there are a lot of teacher talking time rather than student talking time, because you give one input section after another. Not only S and ES, you can say some irregular form of plural form like Y, IES, blah, 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 blah. It's a lot. So at that time, you know, the students cannot store information at all time. We need to wait them a bit. Maybe you explain some parts. After you have explained some parts, you should let them do one exercise. And then as for production stage, you could ask them to think of something. Okay, so maybe you can just write on the, how to say, screen like, okay, cat and dogs. You intentionally write like this. So for me, I have a cat and my friends have 3 dogs. What about you? At the time they will start saying, and it will be more productive. So this exercise, presentation, practice, production, finished. Only after that you can give another input section with Y into IES or Y into ES or something like that. So explain that one. After explaining finish, you do one control exercise. Only after that, production. So in this way, it will be okay. Because as for silent period theory, the students need time to be silent and then to reflect what they have learned. If we give them one thing after another at one time, they cannot remember it. So teachers need to zip our mouth and then we need to wait for the moment where they can produce their own language. So be careful about silent period. That is the theory from unit 10, 11, and 12. And then now let me ask one more question to next teacher, teacher Nyasumo.
Yes, teacher.
Is she trying to do any pair work or group work in her teaching?
No, teacher.
Yeah, no pair work, no group work. How do we say pair work, group work in teaching? Pair work, group work. According to unit 19, 20, 21 theory. Pair work, group work, individual work, whole class.
Individual. I don't know, teacher.
Okay,
I don't
so
remember.
can anybody help her a bit? Pair work, group work, individual work, whole class.
Interaction pattern.
Yes, thank you. Okay, it means you read it, right? Unit 19, 20, and 22, 21. Interaction pattern. How do they have to interact each other? They have to interact in groups or in pairs or individually or as a whole class. That is, we call interaction pattern, communication pattern. When you check the lesson plan format in unit 20, you may see that word, interaction pattern. They need to interact with their friends. Okay, so, but in your activities, I don't see any interaction pattern. And if you could include this kind of things, it would be more interesting. And you can also be, how to say, now I think you may feel very tired because you spent most of your time for presenting input section, right? So you may give input a little bit, wait, let them do something. In this way, you can also feel relaxed. Sometimes, you know, if we have the teaching hours for the whole day and we talk continuously, and we may also get tired and our energy level also can be decreased. So not to happen like this, we need to make balance between them by using some silent periods in every lesson. And then another one is her exercise. So she did 3 exercises, right? Now let me ask teacher Susuilin. Her first exercise is she showed the PowerPoint slide to the students. And then man, she asked why. Okay, how will you change this one into plural? The student have to change like me and man. CAT, cat, CATS, cats. So such kind of exercise is, how to say, focus on meaning or focus on form. How do you think?
She focus on form.
Focus on form. Okay. Yes. And then what about for second exercise? Second exercise is she gave you different types of words. Children, not children. NDCIHLD, blah, 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 something like that. That exercise is focus on meaning or focus on form.
Focus on form too.
Yes, focus on form too. Exactly, right? Spelling, exactly. And the last activity, she has shown you the picture, and then you need to think of it. How many things can you find from the picture on your own? For this exercise, is it focus on form or focus on meaning?
I think it's focused on meaning.
Focus on meaning together with form, right? Form also, right? Because they need to write down something. So it's a combined exercise for both focusing on form and focusing on meaning. Unit 10, 11, 12, sometimes they will give you such kind of exercise sheet. And then you need to make decision. That exercise will be focused on form or focus on meaning or focus on exposure. At that time, you need to be able to think immediately. So theory can be, how to say, come up together with practices. That's why we need to visualize our teaching demonstrations back. Okay, thank you so much, Teacher Victoria and all the teachers. So Teacher Susuilin and Teacher Tatenza will continue next day. Okay, not today, next day. You can try to prepare for it and try to plan your lesson to finish within 20 minutes. It would be much more better. Okay, so now I will show you the exercise. The exercise for unit 10, 11, and 12, 19, 20, and 21. We'll start thinking about it. Can you see the screen, teachers?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so before I ask you to work together with your group, let's start thinking about it. So again, focus on form. If we see the word focus on form, what does it mean? Teacher Victoria?
It is about spelling, grammar, and pronunciation.
Yes, spelling, grammar, pronunciation. Thank you. And then Sia Jadota, could you explain the meaning of deducing meaning from context?
Deducting meaning from context mean absorb the meaning given from the teaching material or something.
Can you try to explain in a simple way? Yeah. With the example.
What I'm saying.
So it means
Yeah.
guess the
Okay, guess the meaning
from example, right?
Example.
You don't understand that word, but you try to guess the meaning of it by looking at the picture or by looking at the, how to say, words surrounding the words in the paragraph or something like that. You try to guess it. Instead of explaining or instead of finding direct translation from dictionary, you ask the student to deduce meaning from context.
Yeah.
And the next one, peer correction. How do you understand the word peer correction? Teacher Dazim?
I'm not clear this much, peer correction.
Okay, so what about Teacher Sumia? Would you like to help her a little bit?
Yes, sir. Teacher gave the worksheet, student have to answer, and after that, teacher didn't explain the answer and change the paper. We have to check each other.
They exchange their paper and check each other. For example, teacher doesn't write something. Teacher Sumia write something, but I'm not checking yet. I ask, okay, Teacher Sumia, look at the teacher doesn't one and find the mistake. Teacher Zane, look at Teacher Sumia's one and find the mistake. That is a kind of peer correction. Or another one is even in presentation section as well. Teacher Zane did her presentation, and then I'm not giving her any feedback yet. So I asked Teacher Sumia like, okay, Teacher Sumia, according to her micro-teaching section, according to her presentation section, which one do you think is good and which one don't you think is good? Can you give the feedback? That is a kind of peer feedback session. So we can ask the students to work together. And then next one, check detailed comprehension. You want to know everything in detail. So at that time, you can ask the meaning of the word, or you can ask the meaning of some grammar items, vocabulary items, things like that. Contextualize. So how do you understand the word contextualize?
I don't know, Chair, that one.
Okay, so you know the word context? Context.
Yes, teacher.
What do you mean by context?
I want to say context is like a text, right?
Situation. So contextualize means you give different types of situation. So it's the same meaning with leading activity. In leading activity also, we can try to give different contexts. For example, if you're going to teach different types of fruit to the student, you can contextualize it by showing the picture. Showing the picture is also one context. But sometimes you don't like to use the pictures. You show the video clip, and the student, they need to sing along together with you. That is also another context. Or some teachers, they just write the word on the board. Number 1, apple. Number 2, banana. Number 3, mango. That is also another context. Or some teachers, they start the class with a game. Instead of giving a whole picture of apple, you tear them into pieces. And then you give that one to group 1. Another picture is about banana. You tear them into pieces, give that one to group 2. Within limited time, they need to connect those pieces to get the whole one. That is also another context. And sometimes you use a magic bag activity. In your magic bag, you put different types of fruit twice, and the student, they don't have to look at it. They need to touch it and they need to describe it. It's a little bit soft, and it has got the oval shape. What could it be? At the time, the other people, they need to make a guess. That is also another context. Contextualize means like this. When we teach something, we use different types of situations or different types of leading activity. That is contextualize. So it's coming from the word context. And then another one is check learners' awareness of text organization. So Teacher Pyomi, could you define the meaning of text organization?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one.
So can anybody help her a bit? Text organization. Actually, that is not related to teaching. That is related to English. Text organization.
Maybe how to construct a sentence like that.
Yes.
And also it includes some grammar patterns, subject, object, verb.
Sure. So it will be like this, right? If you're going to write the letter, you need to know about the text organization. At the top bar, especially at the right corner, you need to put the address. And then at the left side, you need to start with dear blah, 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 blah. Introduction part should be a kind of greeting. And then body part should be about the idea you want to say. Ending part should be about your, how to say, greeting. Okay, bye-bye, say bye-bye, blah, 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 blah. And the last one should be signature part. That is a kind of text organization. How should we organize the text? But we cannot use the same idea for letter writing and email writing or article writing. Different text has different organization. So text organization, how the text can be organized. And then another one is controlled practice of target structure. Controlled practice. So how do you understand that one?
It's like teachers and students working together about the target language. If we are learning about English, teacher explain and ask the student, and maybe student answer back to the teachers like that.
So for example, after you have taught the word like CAT, cat, DOG, dog. At that time, after you have taught, you show the picture. One side is picture and another one side is word. They need to do matching. That is also a kind of control practice. How much they remember about something. Or sometimes you will draw the picture of a cat and you give like C blank T. At that time, the students need to look at it and they need to answer CAT. That's also a kind of controlled practice of a target structure. And the last one we have already know, revise the language already learned, doing revision. So now I will share this exercise to you and don't find the answer a lot. Okay, I want you to think of the options, meaning option fast. So what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? You can think about it. After that, you can work together with your group members. I will share the form to you in Zoom chat. So admin, please share that one in Facebook group as well. I'll share it here. So you can copy that one and try to work together with your friends.
Connecting with my VM.
I also.
Yes.
Yes, I can share it here.
Oh, okay, sir.
Yes, this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Check
Okay, so
from the last lesson.
last lesson.
Is that check DD comprehension? But I'm
Check.
not sure.
Check DD comprehension. Check DD comprehension.
But I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Just I think revised language already learned or something. Because
yeah. I think it might be revised language already learned.
Yes, because of last lesson I found that.
Yeah.
Okay, so introduce the topics. Introduce the topics and elicit or present new words or phrase. Introduce the topics and elicit new words or phrase. Did that meaning from context or something? Did that meanings or did that meaning from context? I think did that meaning from context maybe because new words or phrases I introduce the topics and new words or phrases.
It doesn't mean from context mean that the one if you don't understand that word, you had to find the word, and then we had to
Maybe check the comprehension or something.
I think it's like control practice of target language because we have to answer the questions. The word elicits me asking the question by showing the
Yes. So it's control practice of target structures. Okay. Learners reorder jumble paragraphs of the text.
Jumble paragraphs of the text.
Control practice. Oh.
So
number 3 were maybe control practice.
Which one? I don't hear
I
that.
focus on form because it will depend on spelling. The
Yes.
things that we have to like OPE, like you have to be people, blah blah blah. We have to
Yes,
rearrange
yes,
the
yes.
word. Focus on
Yes.
spelling.
Yes. And Lana match was in the text with the possible. Lana match was in the text with possible meaning.
Matching.
Did that meaning from context to this one? I think with possible meaning, the match was in the text with possible meaning. Did that meaning from the context maybe?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So
I think like it's just like matching the words and the meanings, so it would focus on meaning. No, it's only focused on form.
it's only focus on form. Yes.
Mm,
Check detailed comprehension. So. I don't think.
I'm not sure. I think we can skip that question.
Yes, yes, I skip that.
Lana,
And I think that one learners as a true or false question must be revised language already learned. So the first one is false.
I think it's like check the day comprehension.
Check detailed comprehension. Yes, maybe. And learners underline examples of reported speech.
Reported speech. Focus on form.
Focus on form. Okay, yeah. Learners exchange tests and give feedback.
Peer correction.
Peer correction, yes.
What the teacher's instruction with the state aim from it.
That's instruction with the stage aim from different lessons listed A to H. What words can you think of which are correct with the weather? Which are correct with the weather? Would your partner make a list or as many as you can? Which word can you think of which are correct with the weather? To develop learners' awareness or intonation patterns, to give learners less control or practice, to encourage learners to recycle and know, to encourage learners to recycle no vocabulary item may be and provide opportunity to be assessment to develop learner skills in listening for teacher, to give learner practice in listening for kids, to provide an opportunity to self-correction, to check learner reading comprehension. I think that one. Yes. To encourage learner to recycle known vocabulary items.
That's it.
Yes, because they have to think about what they have. They have to think on what they have learned, which are correct with the weather. So I mean,
I think we can choose as many as we can. It's not just only one answer. It can be multiple, many. I think. Number 2 is also possible. Give learners that control oral practice.
Oral practice.
Is that only one?
Is that only one? Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like as many as we can, so I think we can choose as many as we want.
Yes.
Only one. Very sure.
Look at the first lines of dialogues in your book. Well, the man voice go up or down. Oral practice. Oral practice. Oral practice. Oral practice. Because
your assessment in your book. Oh, the man voice. It's all intonation patterns because the man voice go up or down.
Look at the first line of the dialogue in your book. Not listening, I think.
Not listening.
All the man voice go up or down. It's all about intonation.
So, intonation pattern. To develop learners awareness of intonation pattern.
Yeah, it's how to first
one. Oh, number 10. You are going to hear 3 conversations and then tell me what the people are talking about.
Take conversations and tell me what to
You
convey.
double or learners do
And
you are
the
going
line
to
of gate in
hear.
listening for detail.
For this,
I'm not so sure details or for gist.
Are going to hear 3 comprehension,
Tell me
then
what
tell
to
me what the
convey.
people are talking about.
for this.
Yes. To give learner practice in listening for gist. Yes. Now I'm going to play the conversations again. Now I'm going to play the conversation again. Put the pictures into the chorus order.
Listening for detail.
Listening to develop learner's case in listening for detail. Yes. Practice the dialogue with your partner using the prompts on the board. Let's control our practice to give learners.
Yeah.
Let's control our practice.
I think so.
No? Maybe?
And
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I agree with you. I think so too. It's like the oral practice.
Yes.
And
So get together with another person and listen to their dialogue. Make the note of
listening for detail.
listening for detail.
Yeah.
Practice your dialogues against and make many changes you think were improved.
Any changes? Credit your dialogue again.
To provide an opportunity for self-corrections or maybe.
Yes.
Yes? Maybe. Yeah. For question 15 to 20, match the test board with the lessons aim listed A, B, C. Choose the best summary for each paragraph. Developing reading skills.
Reading skills.
Reading skills. Listenings and group the words according to whether there's a
syllable.
group the words.
In syllables. It's mean
Syllables. Pronunciation, yes. Complete this chart with the correct prefix and suffix. Vocabulary.
Indicating on
the mat the way the kid one according to the information given. Reading skills.
Yeah, reading skills.
Read and listen to the downloads and underline the weak forms. Vocabulary. Weak form, the vocabulary, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Circle the noun in each set which does not colloquiate with half.
Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
And use the notes to make
question 21 to 27. Match the instruction for assessment test with the assessment A.
assessment.
Use the notes to make complete sentences. Put the above in the correct forms.
Put the above.
This is oral fluency to assess accurate pronunciation, to check knowledge of vocabulary, to check grammatical knowledge, to assess writing skills.
Grammatical knowledge. Correct form.
Check,
Is that
to check correct form to check grammatical knowledge. Choose the correct heading for each paragraph to maybe
correct
read.
Heading.
For the teacher Bedoria, she used a lot of like the tidy website teacher. Yes. Teacher, yesterday I taught you the singular or plural like that. The learners.
Yes, teacher, can you show me the question again? Question about yes. Two step from each lesson plan, and choose the next step. We have to choose the next step, no?
Next step, yep. Second step.
Listen
to
the step.
Setelah experience they listen again and answer true or false. Setelah share their answer in
the last one.
The first one.
No, one out. No.
Between. Oh no, not that one. Sorry. The
The
last
second
one.
step is
Yeah.
I think check understanding of instructions.
Yeah, check understanding all the instruction.
The teacher introduced the coolness of the desert island. The teacher put learner in pairs and give them a list of the usual service on the island. The learner write a story about life on the island. The learner put the
Draw a picture of island. Oh no, sorry. The learners write a story about life on the island.
survivor.
Yeah. Isn't it, teacher? Oh, right.
The teacher names the story. The learner retell the story and pair. The teacher just understanding.
Retell the story.
Just saw No.
The first one.
Yeah. Check.
Six
just
understanding.
Yes.
What is this meaning, teacher? What is that?
Short notes.
Short note.
It's like a point, you know, just mean like a short point that we remember. For example, in my presentation that you remember some kind of the gist or steps. It means gist.
Oh, that. Oh, okay, yeah.
Main point.
The learner listened to the teacher telling a story about friendship. Include the learner work together to tell the story again. The teacher understanding the tackle and the learner write the story. The learner started asking for information.
Practice asking for information.
Right?
Yes, asking for information.
The teacher's model, the tackle language, the learner repeat the model. You announce the teacher got model, the tackle language, the learner repeat the model.
Introduce new vocabulary.
Yeah, introduce new vocabulary.
The learner listens to a discussion of three people and Jordan and the teacher elicits flow like this. So
Draw a picture of thumbs ups and label it.
submit
not yet.
I think you shouldn't.
Audio CD ga in I think it's
Teacher, lesson
resources.
okay.
Lesson plan.
Lesson plan with the heading next areas. You need to use
More than once.
some audio more than one.
I think it is resources.
Audio resources, yes. Enhancing learning skill.
Develop intensive.
Okay. So teacher Sonai, can the class is finished or not? What should we do now? Hello.
I think the class is over.
Yes, I think we can leave now.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say bye bye.
Yes.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Bye bye. Hello.
Bye. Hello. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.